Hello, Retro Kev here. Now got another Mastertronic video. I love my ZX Spectrum. Those who know my channel know it's my go-to home computer. And I love Mastertronic. I've been collecting them over the last few years. I think I've got about 90 or something ZX Spectrum Mastertronic games. Good and bad. There are obviously some terrible ones in there, but there's a lot of good stuff as well. And yeah, as with the thumbnail, I thought I'm going to look at my 10 best. And out of the ones I own, obviously, I'm not sure if there's any out there that I really love that I don't have, but I'd have to do a bit more research into it, because you do forget, getting older over the years, you forget some of the games. But yeah, the format of the video is the usual. I'll sort of introduce the game, talk about it, there'll be a bit of gaming footage to go alongside it. And as people know my ZX Spectrum stuff, at the end I'll do the loading screen from the games I talk about. Now, out of the 10, there are 7 that have a loading screen. Often games didn't, so there's 3 without. And also, one of the games which I'll mention now is Chronos. It's got fantastic music to Chronos. So after the loading screens, we'll have a bit of Chronos music, maybe about 40 seconds, because it really is top drawer stuff for the ZX Spectrum anyway. And along with that, I'll have some pictures of the artwork from the 10 games, just to take a look at the artwork, because Mastertronic was well known for the covers of the games. So anyway, that is the format of the video. 10 games. Now let's crack on. Number 1. 180. Great game. I mean, it's often people's favourite on the Mastertronic. Really, really great stuff. I'll tell you what though, on a little side note, some of these games, the instructions, etc., are so small. And for an old geezer like me, I'm having to resort to these again. Some of you have seen me at these before, to read the blooming instructions, which makes me feel very old, but just a bit of a laugh in it. But yeah, 180. Show you a bit of footage as I'm talking, but it was classic. Different sort of names of the darts players, comical names, and it had a really good dynamic about the way the hand moved and the way you sort of threw the dart was really, really good. As I said, it was funny. You'd have a little dog that would come along. If I can capture it, I will, and if it's there, then I did well in getting that bit of footage. But a dog comes along, wheeze on the bar, etc. It's a guy sitting down on the bar, pints of Guinness. It must be Guinness because it's all black. Goes sliding down to him, and you face different opponents. Gets more difficult as you go. But yes, 180 really was a great game. So that was 180. What can you say? It's a classic. Right, the next one is Agent X. Yeah, there's some footage to go along with my waffle, but yeah. Mad Professor has stolen the president or kidnapped the president. It's your job as Agent X. Fag smoking sort of rogue sort of hero you used to get from those films, etc. in the 80s. But yeah, good game this one. It had 3 or 4 parts. Now we had the driving part, which is really good sort of 3D effect of driving along, sort of jumping over things in the road. And once you got to the end of that, you had a sort of walking part. You walk along booting people, as hopefully you're seeing. Quite tricky. It was a tough game. But what was tough about this game is when you failed, say you failed the walking bit, you'd have to reload the driving bit. So a bit frustrating, but yeah, great game. I mean, there's a third bit as well where you're sort of sitting there. It's got 3D effect as well, and these sort of balls come flying towards you. You've got to shoot them with your gun. Eventually you have to fly back. I've never got to the part when you fly back, which is the 4th sort of zone. But yeah, Agent X, top game. Really. So that was Agent X. Really enjoy playing that one. And now we're on to Bomb Fusion. Really, really love this game. Really, really playable. Terrorists have taken over Sellafield nuclear plant, and there's problems galore, and you have to go in there. They're putting bombs everywhere on each screen, and you have to jump over the bombs to defuse them. And all the while, there are capsules that need catching and putting back in the right place. So while you're trying to defuse the bombs, you're looking to get these capsules, put them in a little unit before you move on to the next screen. And eventually you get to the screen where there's like a big ball. Now he magnetizes the capsules towards him, so you've got to contend with him, the bombs, and just getting off the screen. But yes, Bomb Fusion, I really, really enjoy this game. It's a really top Mastertronic game. Bomb Fusion, really enjoy on it. We go on to Chronos, a classic Mastertronic game. You're going to get some footage here. Side-scrolling shooter, really smooth, really playable. I think the universe was at peace, and some enemies called the Weavers are causing trouble again. Scientists have got together. They've got stuff off the military to build this ship, and you are the pilot to save Chronos and save the day. As you can see, it's just a lovely game. Always like playing this one. And as I said at the start, the music to this game is fantastic. So at the end of this video, you'll be able to listen to a bit of it. So fantastic. Chronos, on we go. Right, well that was Chronos, what can you say, superb. Now onto a really great game. Now I've got a lot of time for this game. Tim Everson, who was behind the game with other people, contacted me a couple of years ago, and he was just letting me know, because I did a little video on his game about some of the stuff him and the lads got up to when they made the game. It's really fantastic to hear from him. You're looking at a little bit of the footage as I speak, but yeah, Journey's End is just a fantastic sort of creative adventure game. There's different parts. You're in a cave at the start, sort of working your way through. Looks quite simple, but it's actually got a lot going on in this game. Second part, you get to a map and you got to work your way through the map to get to the next stage, and it's just a lovely adventure tale. The idea is you're trying to sort of get this Alexa to sort of save the day again. But Journey's End is just a terrific adventure game, so playable. You can go back and back again to this game, but I really enjoyed it. And as I always say, I was really grateful to him to contact me. Really nice to hear from the people who are actually behind these games. It's great stuff. So that's Journey's End. I think I've not put in order of this top 10, but I think for me, Journey's End is a real classic, and for me it's probably the best Mastertronic game. So that was Journey's End, terrific game. But now onto a more simple game, and I love a good western, me, whether it's gaming or films. But Kane, yeah, simple little game. You sort of start off by you're a cowboy shooting arrows into the air at these ducks, and the idea behind that bit is to get yourself some extra lives. Then you jump on your horse, you've got to jump over obstacles as you're heading to the town of Kane, where you get into some gunfights, and it's a classic sort of 3D sort of shoot them. You might be watching it now if I got my things correct this morning. But yeah, nice little game, and at the end you've got to race a train to get back and save the day. But I love Kane. Very simple game, a little bit sort of frustrating to play sometimes, but yeah, just a nice game. That was Kane. Yeah, simple little game, but I really enjoy playing that one. Now onto another really quirky little game. I really enjoy this game. It's called Locomotion. I haven't got too far on it, but it's got a lovely loading screen, quite clever, which you'll see a bit later on. I've let it go for a bit longer when you see those, because Locomotion's got a terrific little loading screen. But the idea of the game is a train is coming round, it's got to make its way through a map, and it's one of them where you've got a side sliding square and it's not built correctly, the track is not correct, so you move the sort of square around, it moves a space. When you see it, you'll understand, you're probably watching it now, but you've got to build a proper track or a way for the train to get to its final destination. Really frustrating game. I think I've only got to about the third track. I probably only got to the first one here, but yeah, it's just something about this game. I really enjoy the sort of idea of it, and it's a great simple puzzle game. Yeah, that's Locomotion. Love that one. So on to the next one now. I love this game. One Man and His Droid. It's just sort of play on One Man and His Dog years ago. If you know, anyone in the UK, used to be a show about a sheepdog sort of penning in sheep, but just a play on that. And you are traveling to another planet because you're in the need of alien ramboids, which are effectively our male sheep, and you have to capture them. But the game is really clever. The footage probably doesn't give it justice, because if you don't really know what's happening, it can be hard to understand, and it took me a while. But basically you have to make your way around this area, and you have to sort of herd these ramboids, which are the alien male sheep, into a certain place to get them captured. And you have to capture 5 or 6 I think, in the right order. I don't think I've ever captured them in the right order, but once you start playing, it's a really terrific game, and I love playing this one. Very quirky. One Man. On to the next one. Now this is another terrific game. It's another one of those classic Spectrum games where it's hard to know when you first put it in what you're supposed to be doing, and thank God for the internet these days, because you can find out. But that's how I found out when I picked up this game. And it's rescue, and it's just really good. Basically, you're on a planet, and you have to rescue these scientists. Now the scientists are all panicking and they're running around the place, a bit like One Man Is Droid. You have to sort of herd the scientists into a certain area, and it's quite difficult. Along your travels, you've got to pick up ammo, medical kits. There's aliens that get in your way, but it's a clever game, very addictive, blimmin' frustrating as hell, trying to herd these scientists into the sort of area to fly a ship. You've got to get fuel for the ship, and also there's these little sort of experimental little sort of what's the right word for it, tubes that you need to sort of pick up and take some of them with you as well. And I've never completed the game. It's, you know, it's a tough game. I'd love to be able to complete it, but yeah, I really love this one. Rescue's got decent music in this one as well, but yeah. So on to the last game now. It's Silkworm. It's a great sort of side-scrolling helicopter shooter. You can actually play as a Jeep, but I always play as the helicopter. But it looks lovely. It's just basically destroy everything that comes your way. Loads of tanks, enemies, and a huge helicopter comes at some point. And it's just a lovely game, runs really smoothly, never really get any problems or bugs with it. And I play this game quite a lot when I sort of fire up the old Spectrum. Nice and simple, doesn't have to be something deep all the time for a game, but that's Silkworm, great game. So that's the 10, I believe. I think that was 10. I hope you liked a quick look at my favourite 10 games from my collection. As I say, I'm going to show the loading pages, a bit of Chronos music, and the artwork will be on show as well. But I hope you enjoyed it. I love Mastertronic, and I love the ZX Spectrum, and who knows, the next video might be a ZX Spectrum. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.